The 5 money traps. Most people don't stay poor because of bad luck. They stay poor because of the same repeated mistakes. Mistakes that quietly drain wealth. Mistakes that kill opportunity. Mistakes that trap people in a cycle of working hard, but never getting ahead. And here's the dangerous truth: even high earners can stay broke for life if they make these mistakes. Today, I'll expose the 5 money mistakes keeping millions poor. Avoid them, and you can completely rewrite your financial future. Let's begin. Mistake: living beyond your means. Picture this: someone gets a raise. Their paycheck looks bigger. They feel proud. What happens next? They upgrade their car. They rent a nicer apartment. They buy new clothes. They start eating out more. It feels good, for a moment. But here's the trap: their expenses now rise with their income. This is called lifestyle inflation. That's why people earning $50,000 a year struggle. Then they earn $100,000 a year and still struggle. Because they spend everything they earn. The wealthy don't think this way. They live by one golden rule: first you build wealth, then you enjoy it. While others are upgrading cars, the wealthy are upgrading assets. While others buy liabilities, the wealthy buy cash flow. Think about it: if you earn $5,000 a month and spend $4,800, you're broke. If you earn $3,000 and spend $2,000, you're building wealth. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. And here's the harsh truth: most people spend money to impress people who don't even care. That pressure keeps them broke. The shift is simple. Don't ask, "What can I buy?" Ask, "What can I invest?" Because the person who buys liabilities stays broke. The person who buys assets becomes rich. Mistake: not investing early. Hourglass not done. The biggest regret of broke people isn't that they didn't work hard. It's that they didn't start investing early. Here's why. There's a simple formula called compound growth. It multiplies your money while you sleep. Let's compare. Person A invests $200 a month starting at age 20. Person B invests $200 a month starting at age 30. Both stop investing at 60. Who ends up richer? The one who started at 20, even though they invested less overall. Why? Because time multiplies money. Warren Buffett once said, "The most powerful force in the universe is compound interest." But schools don't teach this. So people waste their 20s chasing fun, their 30s paying debts, and only in their 40s do they finally say, "Maybe I should start investing." By then, they've lost the most valuable resource: time. If you want wealth, start now. Doesn't matter if it's 50, 100, or 500. The amount isn't as important as consistency. Because if you don't invest early, inflation will eat your savings. And instead of your money working for you, you'll spend your life working for money. Mistake: relying on one income. This one is deadly. Relying on just one paycheck is the fastest way to stay broke or to risk everything. Think about it. If you have one income source and you lose it, you're finished. Rent? Bills? Debt? They don't stop. The rich know this. That's why they never depend on a single income. They build multiple streams. Warren Buffett put it simply: never depend on a single income. Make investment to create a second source. Here's the difference: the poor have one job. The middle class has one job and maybe a savings account. The rich? They have businesses. They have real estate. They have investments. They have royalties. Multiple incomes equals multiple safety nets. And the best part? Building extra streams of income has never been easier. Freelancing, digital products, YouTube, side hustles, investing apps. The poor say, "I don't have time." The rich say, "I don't have time not to." Because they know one income is dangerous. But multiple incomes create freedom. Mistake: bad debt habits. Now let's talk about debt. Debt isn't always bad. In fact, the rich use debt as a weapon. They borrow to buy assets, things that produce cash flow and grow in value. But poor people? They use debt to buy liabilities. Credit cards for vacations. Loans for cars. Financing for gadgets they can't afford. Here's the danger: bad debt compounds in the wrong direction. A 1,000 balance on a credit card with 20 interest doesn't stay 1,000. It becomes 2,000, then 5,000, then 10,000 if ignored. That's financial quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. Golden rule: if debt makes you money, it can be good. If debt only costs you money, it's poison. The rich understand this difference. The poor ignore it. And that's why they stay broke. Mistake: ignoring financial education. This is the root of all the others. Schools teach algebra. They teach history. But they don't teach money. No one learns about taxes. No one learns about credit. No one learns about investing. So people graduate and walk blindly into financial traps. The rich fix this. They self-educate. They read books. They attend seminars. They find mentors. Think about it: one book can save you from years of mistakes. One conversation with the right person can save you a decade of struggle. But most people? They spend hours watching shows and 0 hours learning money. Truth is simple: if you don't learn money, you'll always work for someone who did. So there you have it, the 5 money mistakes keeping people poor: living beyond your means, not investing early, relying on one income, bad debt habits, ignoring financial education. The bad news? Most people are making at least one of these mistakes right now. The good news? Every single mistake has a solution. And in the next part, I'll show you how to flip these mistakes into millionaire habits. From mistakes to millionaire habits. So now you know the 5 deadly money mistakes. But here's the real secret: every mistake has an opposite, a habit that builds wealth. And if you replace those bad habits with millionaire habits, your life will never be the same. Let's break it down. Millionaire habit: live below your means, invest above them. The poor spend more when they earn more. The rich do the opposite. Here's how millionaires think: when their income grows, they keep their lifestyle the same. Instead of spending more, they invest more. They let their money make money. 2 friends both get a 1,000 raise. Friend A upgrades his car payment. Friend B invests that 1,000 into stocks, real estate, or a small side business. Fast forward 10 years. Friend A has a slightly nicer car, but still no wealth. Friend B? That 1,000 has multiplied into tens of thousands. The shift is simple: don't let your lifestyle rise with your income. Let your investments rise instead. This single habit separates the broke from the wealthy. Millionaire habit: invest early, invest always. Hourglass not done. Most people think they'll invest when they have more money. But the wealthy know: you invest now, no matter how small. Why? Because every dollar invested early becomes your employee. It works for you, grows for you, multiplies for you. Imagine hiring one employee today, then another next month. Soon, you've built an entire army working 24/7 while you sleep. That's what investing does. Warren Buffett started investing at 11 years old. By 30, he had a fortune most people never touch in a lifetime. Lesson: the earlier you start, the bigger the compounding snowball becomes. And here's the kicker: it's not just about money. It's about mindset. When you invest early, you start thinking long-term. You act smarter. You stop chasing quick wins. You start building lasting wealth. So don't wait. Don't say someday. Start today, even if it's 50. Because money grows in silence. And one day, it shouts in freedom. Millionaire habit: build multiple streams of income. One job equals one paycheck equals 1 point of failure. That's a dangerous way to live. Millionaires know this. That's why the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. A main business, investments in stocks, real estate, royalties, dividends, side hustles, digital products. That way, if one stream dries up, they still thrive. Think of it like a table. A one-legged table falls with one push. A 7-legged table? Rock solid. You don't need 7 streams today. But you do need to start with one extra. Maybe it's freelancing. Maybe it's launching a YouTube channel. Maybe it's investing 100 in an index fund. The point is, don't settle for one leg. Build a strong foundation. Because security comes from diversity. And once one stream starts flowing, it fuels the next. That's how the rich multiply wealth while others struggle. Millionaire habit: use debt to build, not to break. Debt is like fire. In the wrong hands, it burns everything. In the right hands, it cooks your meal, warms your home, and powers your future. Millionaires use debt differently. They don't borrow for clothes, vacations, or gadgets. They borrow to buy assets. For example, real estate investors use mortgages to buy rental properties. Entrepreneurs use loans to scale businesses. Investors use leverage to multiply returns. This debt pays itself off because it creates income. Meanwhile, poor people use debt for liabilities. Cars that lose value. Phones that get old. Things that cost money but never return it. The mindset shift is simple. Before you borrow, ask one question: will this debt make me money, or cost me money? If it makes money, it can be good. If it only costs, it's poison. Master debt, and it becomes a tool. Ignore it, and it becomes a prison. Millionaire habit: learn money like your life depends on it. Here's the biggest secret: the rich never stop learning. Financial education is their greatest weapon. They read. They study. They ask questions. They pay for mentors. They seek wisdom everywhere. One book can save you from a 100,000 mistake. One mentor can give you advice that changes your entire future. That's why millionaires treat education as an investment. But the poor? They treat it as a waste of time. They say, I don't need to learn this. And that's exactly why they stay broke. The truth is simple: money is a game. And like any game, you either learn the rules, or you get played by someone who did. Study money. Learn the rules. Win the game. So here's the transformation: living beyond your means. Live below and invest the difference. Waiting to invest: start early, no matter how small. One paycheck: build multiple streams. Bad debt: use smart debt to build assets. Ignorance: become a lifelong student of money. That's how ordinary people become extraordinary. That's how broke mindsets turn into millionaire mindsets. But here's the final truth: avoiding mistakes and building habits is only the foundation. The real question is, how do you put this into action today? And that's exactly what we'll cover in the final part. The action plan. So we've uncovered the 5 deadly money mistakes. We've seen how millionaires flip them into wealth-building habits. But here's the truth: none of this matters unless you take action. Because knowing is not enough. Doing is everything. So let's break down the simple steps you can start today to escape poverty and build wealth. Step 1: track every dollar. Wealth begins with awareness. You can't control what you don't measure. For the next 30 days, write down every expense. Coffee, snacks, subscriptions, random impulse buys. Everything. Most people are shocked when they realize how much money slips away unnoticed. The rich pay attention to where their money flows. The poor look away and hope for the best. Awareness creates control. Control creates freedom. This single step can transform how you see money forever. Step 2. Pay yourself first. Most people pay bills, buy things, and then save what's left. That's backwards. The rich do the opposite. They pay themselves first. The first 10 to 20 of every paycheck goes into savings, investments, or assets. Then they live on the rest. If you can live on 90, you'll be fine. If you can't, you don't have an income problem. You have a spending problem. When you make this shift, you guarantee that your future self is always taken care of. Step 3. Start an investment habit. Forget waiting for extra money. There's no such thing. Start small. 50 into an index fund. 100 into a retirement account. 200 into a side business. The amount doesn't matter. The habit does. Because habits compound just like money. Once you start, you stop seeing investing as a sacrifice. You start seeing it as building your army of money soldiers working 24/7 to create freedom for you. Step 4. Build one extra income stream. Ask yourself, what skill do I have right now that I can monetize? It could be writing, editing, teaching, coding, designing, even organizing. In today's world, someone will pay for it. Start small, offer services online. Create a digital product. Launch a YouTube channel. Do freelance gigs. Even $200 a month in extra income changes everything. Because once you prove to yourself that you can make money outside of your job, your mindset shifts forever. One stream of income can start a chain reaction that leads to 5, 6, or 7. Step 5. Invest in financial education. Pick up one money book this month. Listen to one finance podcast each week. Follow people who teach wealth instead of just entertainment. Your future wealth is hidden in the knowledge you collect today. Think of financial education as the cheapest investment with the highest return. One book can save you from a 100,000 mistake. One mentor can save you 10 years of trial and error. The rich never stop learning. That's why they keep getting richer. Here's the bottom line: wealth isn't about luck. It isn't about being born rich. It's about avoiding mistakes. It's about building habits. It's about learning the rules of money and playing them better than everyone else. The poor stay trapped because they ignore this. The rich get richer because they live by it. So the choice is yours: stay in the cycle of mistakes, or break free and build the life you deserve. Start small. Start today. Start now. Because the best time to change your financial future is the moment you decide to. If this video opened your eyes, don't stop here. Subscribe to Level Up Daily for more powerful lessons on money, success, and mindset. Because every day is a chance to level up. And your future self will thank you for starting today.